is a lot of shame and guilt when people are diagnosed with diabetes. Did you experience any of those emotions?
No, because it happened after I wasn't diagnosed with diabetes until I was going through this process. So I think a lot of the energy was more on surviving this or the pain and whatnot. So I haven't had any shame. Once again, it's a weird case for me as compared to a lot of other people that are going through this process because of the level, of energy and positive energy. I think it's important for families to have a discussion and when someone goes through this or if they begin going through this process, to really have the family support system be there. Because whether it's just a few people, one person, real friends, real family, we're also distracted by life and having to pay bills and jobs and social media, and we're overexposed to so much. We're all stressed out. There's noise pollution and just we're overwhelmed. Yes. Sensation overload. Yeah. So it's very easy to not concentrate on your medical history and to not concentrate on yourself because we're sensory overload. Television, radio, social media, life, jobs, bills, money, having fun, relationships. It's overwhelming. So I can understand why it's not something that gets brought to the forefront.
Correct. And it's important to have that family support because if we have the support of the family, the patient's going to succeed. And just like in your case, you're going to spread and you educate your family members to the importance of really getting checked and going to the doctor, preventing this if they don't have it. And if they do have diabetes, they can control it.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, important point.
This happening to me is everything happens for a reason. So if this happening to me makes me have to be that person, if I have to be that person now, and if I have to be that person to stand in front of 100 little kids and take off my leg and scare them and be like, this doesn't have to be you. If I have to be that person now, then I'm ready, willing, and able to be that person because I think that as a person that's been blessed to travel to 20 countries all over the world and be an artist and perform, I have no fear of crowds. I have no fear of speaking to people of all education levels, and I have no fear of expressing my opinion. So I think sadly enough, in a weird, twisted way, I'm the perfect person that this happened to because as a person that survives this, I can be I can be an ambassador to educate my people. I had people coming to the hospital visit me that I never knew, and they told me my dad got his leg amputated and 2 years later he died. One case of a person that came to see me, she said she had a 2-year-old baby. She said my dad lost his leg, and then they told him if he doesn't stop drinking beer and eating sweets and eating all these foods that he would die. And she became pregnant, and he told her, I don't think I'm going to live to see my grandchild. And he didn't. And so she came to the hospital just to tell me that. She's like, you cannot be that person. My own dad would rather eat pizza and beer than grow to meet his grandchild. To me, I can't fathom that. But to some people, just especially older Latinos, they would rather die than admit they had some kind of some kind of disease or something, because there's a great shame. I think shame is a great word. Yeah. Because there is a shame. It's like, not to get off topic, but it's almost like, if people have like sexually transmitted diseases or concepts of that, where people are just so ashamed to go get checked. It's on that level. And I think diabetes is so is all that stuff too, but I think the diabetes epidemic is the crazy thing about the diabetes epidemic is that it's so preventable. Yes. Every day I look at myself and I'm like, you're an idiot. This is so preventable. How can someone, I'm not conceited at all, but how can someone like myself, I consider myself a critical thinking person that's caring, loving. I do the most that I can to help my community since I was a teenager. How can someone who claims to be so smart and so caring and so informative about life and politics and whatnot, how could I not? This is so avoidable. I've built with my Latino community from ground roots organizations, politics, indigenous communities, all this stuff on different more political or other life issues. And this, I couldn't, it took my leg being amputated for me to wake up. And if it takes that, I don't want other people to have to go through that.